Hey guys! So I wanted to do something that was a little bit different from the usual videos that I make. I decided to do something that was kind of personal. I wanted to talk about what inspired me to do filmmaking and animation in the first place. And the very thing that inspired me is the movie Coraline. To say that this movie had a huge impact on my life is a serious understatement. I love this movie. I really love this movie. I was obsessed with it when it first came out, and I still kind of am. I found this to be a really beautiful movie. Since it's now being released again in theaters pretty recently, I decided now would be a pretty good time to talk about this film and why it led me to filmmaking. I'm happy to see that this movie has such a legacy, even though it's been out for over a decade. I remember when I first saw Coraline, I was around 11 or 12 at the time, and I didn't really find myself scared of it. If anything, I found it beautiful. I was completely in awe of this movie, and I wanted to see it so many times over and over again. I didn't know what it was that drew me to it. I loved the story, I loved the visuals and the animation, and it made me realize that that was what I wanted to do. After seeing it, I realized I wanted to do something like that. I wanted to make movies. Movies have been there for me pretty much my whole life. Movies just seem to be the best way for me to cope with a lot of difficulties that I've had in my life. They seem to be the only things that I could understand or find interest in. I've loved movies for as long as I could remember. I remember as a kid, I would always watch the special features because I would find it so fascinating how they would make a movie, especially the animated ones. When I was a kid, I just loved to draw. I would fill up a lot of my sketchbooks. I would even borrow paper from my mom's printing machine. That's all I wanted to do. I would just draw, draw, and draw. I would always go into my imagination and make up some pretty weird stories. But I had no idea that that would be a possible career option for me because I was a kid. When I saw Coraline, it was like my whole world shifted. I became obsessed with it because I loved the story, I loved the animation. It just hit me that that's what I wanted to do. And I just fell in love. It was like love at first sight. So I admit, I was kind of obsessed with this movie when it came out. I could not stop thinking about it. I could not get it out of my head. And I could not wait for it to come out on DVD. This is before streaming services were a thing. I remember being so anxious for this movie to come out on DVD, I even read the actual book. That's how much I love this movie. I also love the book too. I find it so interesting that the book has a somewhat different tone from the movie. It's much creepier, I think. And I'm genuinely surprised that Coraline not only still holds up to this very day, but that there are so many people out there who love this film. I am so amazed and happy by all the love that this movie is getting, even to this very day. And whenever I go to Hot Topic and see anything remotely related to Coraline, I just have this big smile on my face knowing that people still love this movie and it just means a lot to me. It's the very reason why I spend so many hours toiling away at a desk with my sketchbook. It's the reason why I make so many videos. It's the reason why I'm so driven to make it out there into the filmmaking world. This movie is the reason why I strive so hard to make a film career for myself. It's the reason why I went to film school. It's the reason why I work hard day in and day out to make videos because I can't imagine doing anything else. Now that Coraline is hitting theaters again, I'm excited because I want to relive that magical moment when I was a kid all over again. I want to relive the moment when Coraline inspired me to become a filmmaker. Coraline showed me that making films and animation was what I wanted to do. It basically just made the path for me.
So if you guys have anything that inspired you to want to go into filmmaking, whether it's a book or a movie or a director that you like, please share with me and I'd be happy to hear from you. You can even leave it in the comments down below, or if you just like the movie Coraline and you just want to talk about that, I'd be happy to hear about that too. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.